Like this.
Hey Ross.
Hey.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Good morning. Taxi rank is just right.
Okay, great.
Did you sleep well?
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, there's a disco right up above the hotel.
Yeah, I was feeling the same.
1 o'clock. So here you're like renting a studio here?
Well, the studio is sort of it's available to students and staff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we sort of book it out, but it's good. It's 24-hour access to the building.
I've got DVDs. You want to like play the loop and just kind of time it on that?
Yeah, that's
Is that a crash? I brought everything on backed up on a hard drive and stick, so we don't have to do DVD if that's easier. Just stick it on through a computer. Whichever.
Yeah, either or.
Okay, you said there were 3 screens, so I have like everything. 2, 3, 4 girls, you said. So it's like 3 screens. This is just the cover shot.
Oh, yeah.
2 minutes. And then the main loop, which is about 14 minutes. So that's. To the side, So I can just walk up and down.
Okay, yeah.
And just hit play.
Yeah.
So I won't have to rely on the technician to do this. You know,
Okay.
just like press a button and that's
Sweet.
very easy.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so this is this thing. I'll just let it run, and if I'm not mistaken, it'll go automatically over to the loop. All right, so we're at the studio, Ross's studio. This is Ross when you met last night. Actually, we met last night, and yeah, we're just going to rehearse the gig for this afternoon. And so we've put up the footage, and we're about to hear the sound of the composition he's made. And we're going to run through the script and the thing. It should be running about 10 to 15 minutes, and then from here we'll go to the Belmont and get the show on the road, eh?
It's gonna be
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah. Great place. So this is Ross's office.
my second home.
Yeah, the second home. That's right. I like that basic sound. The passenger list counted 522 souls in total, and the majority of them crowded the larboard side of the ship now for a last glimpse, a whiff of things that would soon no longer be. Lydia, however, and only a few others stood facing away from the dock and the city altogether, scattered along the stern, sharing nothing but view. They looked conspicuous. They always did, those few, if only for the fact no one had come to wave them off, outcasts, either by law or intent, in the process of shedding skin.
That's fine. So yeah, I guess just have I could even.
Yeah, just knock it whenever, wearing black.
Stomach quite nice way, and then I can. Excellent.
Oh, you're going back to the hotel?
Yeah.
Okay. Just let us in and what do we set up downstairs?
Yeah.
Take everything downstairs?
Yeah. So there should be someone. If they close it down, but someone should be on.
We'll park everything downstairs and wait for you.
Excellent.
See you in a little bit. Well, the opening text is the beginning, and this is the loop, which is the introduction of the story. Text on screen. But I don't want it to go back there. See what I mean?
See, right.
That's the opening. Good afternoon, everybody. I don't know if you can hear me okay. Yeah, can you? All right, good. Well, let me start by telling you a little story how this went. Earlier this year, I got an email from a man named Ross Whyte. He was telling me about this first time I heard about the Sound Festival here in Aberdeen, Scotland. So he was telling me about a day he was putting together an event as part of that festival. And he was interested in the work I've been doing, just overimposing my narrated work with found footage taken from different archives, and which won a shared third prize at the Amsterdam Film Museum back in April. So obviously I was very honored that this soon-to-be PhD sound artist, musician, wanted to work with me. So obviously I said yes, love to come over here and do this. But I said, how about we try and do a live performance on top of the short film that we're going to be showing later on. Kind of a crazy idea because we only met yesterday and we rehearsed this morning for about 20 minutes, so we'll see how this goes. We're not really sure what we're going to do, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. What you're about to see and hear are the opening pages of my book coming out in February from a small publishing house in the US. It's a piece of historical novel, character-driven, and part of a series of 10 of these short films. Please enjoy, ladies and gentlemen, Ross Whyte. Thank you. It would still be hours before the mist completely lifted from the bay. The surface of the water was calm, tear-choked, glass colored black by the sky hovering right above it. Genoa was at Hag Vale.
City poised in mourning. The mayhem around her was complete, infectious, like the scene of a tragic accident, an endearing reminder every time of how her countrymen only seemed more hysterical than what was usually the case. Families by far were the rowdiest, especially the provincials, in that perpetual state of panic about having to make sense of themselves in the face of changing times. Lydia stepped back to look at the string of trunks and crates queued like a trail of domino stones on the deck, and honed in on the two valises halfway down the middle belonging to her. She tallied each piece, but not necessarily counting them. Rather, she seemed taken in by the mathematics of it, and the poetry that begged to cling to farewells in general. She was suddenly struck by the thought of how the next time each piece of luggage would touch solid ground again, it would be on the western shores of the Atlantic Ocean somewhere. And for a moment her eyes lit up as the coil of human circumstance revealed itself again. Melodrama.
A young couple crossed her field of vision, entwined, looking vacantly eager and as unprepared as the rest of them. But it was mostly the children that distracted her, as they darted about, all cut and groomed to look like tidy monks and hoisted into the best rags economic hardship would allow. She asked herself whether she would actually miss any of this, but neither would need to come up with something with an answer, nor in any way to underline the fact that she was probably quite incapable of such a thing anyway. Too practical to have ever developed the kind of sentimental streak everyone else apparently had. Passenger lists counted 522 souls in total, and the majority of them crowded the larboard side of the ship now for a last glimpse.
A whiff of things that would soon no longer be.
Lydia, however, and just a few of the others, stood facing away from the dock and the city altogether, scattered along the stern, sharing nothing but the view. They looked conspicuous. They always did, those few. If only for the fact no one had come to wave them off. Outcasts, either by law or intent, in the process of shedding skin.
The movement of the ship as it jolted loose from the dock was faint and subtle at first, but it was unmistakable. She was physically disconnected now as well.
With effort, she managed to tear herself loose from the view and turn her attention to one of the ship's officers, who had been calling out the names for the luggage to be collected, and for the quarters to be confirmed and assigned. And for the 100th time that morning, her eyes dropped to the documents in her hand. It stated in pompous prose only the vague parameters of what was happening. And today was the 21st of October of the year 1902. And that a week earlier she'd paid for a second-class passage on the vessel she was now standing on, the Ostia Antica, the youngest of 3 ocean-faring sisters bound for Buenos Aires. Thank you.